Star Trek: Strange New Worlds star to lead Ukrainian war thriller limited series. In a bold move that blends the world of speculative science fiction with the gritty realities of modern conflict, Star Trek: Strange New Worlds breakout star Anson Mount is set to lead a powerful new limited series exploring the emotional and political fallout of the ongoing war in Ukraine. The yet-to-be-titled project, described as a Ukrainian war thriller with global stakes and human depth, marks Mount's most politically charged role to date and promises to blend edge-of-your-seat suspense with timely geopolitical commentary. From Starfleet to Kiev, Anson Mount's new mission. Mount, known for his commanding portrayal of Captain Christopher Pike in Strange New Worlds, will trade in his Starfleet uniform for military fatigues and a flak jacket as he takes on the role of James Carter, a former American intelligence officer turned freelance journalist who becomes embedded with Ukrainian resistance fighters. The series begins in early 2022, just days after the Russian invasion. Carter, drawn to Ukraine out of guilt over the U.S.'s slow response to previous global crises and haunted by personal loss, intends to document the war as a neutral observer. But what begins as a detached mission of truth-telling turns into a harrowing and deeply personal crusade when he witnesses the brutalities of war up close and becomes entwined with a clandestine international operation to uncover Russian war crimes. A war story unlike any other, produced by an international team of filmmakers with deep connections to Ukraine. The series will shoot partially on location in Kiev and Lviv, using real war-torn neighborhoods as the backdrop. Ukrainian creatives are heavily involved both behind the camera and in front of it, bringing authenticity to every scene and honoring the ongoing suffering and resilience of the Ukrainian people. The story isn't simply about explosions and military maneuvers, it's about truth, trauma, survival, and sacrifice. Each episode will center on a different aspect of the conflict, from the refugee crisis and cyber warfare to the psychological toll on soldiers and civilians alike. Mount's character, Carter, serves as the audience's entry point into a landscape that feels foreign but is urgently real. Through his eyes, viewers will confront the complexities of modern hybrid warfare, where drones, propaganda, and misinformation are as dangerous as bullets. This story demanded to be told. Mount speaks out. In a recent interview with Variety, Anson Mount shared his motivation for joining the project. Greater than, this isn't just another war series. It's a human story. It's about how people resist, not just with weapons, but with ideas, with their voices, with their courage. The war in Ukraine is the defining conflict of our generation, and I felt a responsibility to help tell that story. Mount added that playing a Starfleet captain, a symbol of idealism and moral clarity, made him particularly drawn to a story where those ideals are challenged in the harshest real-world setting imaginable. Greater than Captain Pike believes in diplomacy, compassion, and exploration. But what happens when those ideals meet brutality? That question haunted me, and it's one our show wrestles with every minute. A stellar international cast. Joining Mount in this limited series is a blend of Hollywood stars and rising Eastern European talent. Among the key players, Olga Kurilenko, Quantum of Solace, Treason stars as Anya Borovska, a Ukrainian intelligence agent working undercover in Russian-occupied territories. With a stoic demeanor hiding deep scars, she becomes both ally and moral compass to Carter. Kieran Hines, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, Game of Thrones portrays Sir Geoffrey Levens, a retired British diplomat now part of a covert humanitarian operation in Ukraine. Dimitros Sova, a well-known Ukrainian actor, plays Victor, a defiant schoolteacher turned guerrilla leader who embodies the resistance spirit of his homeland. Tetiana Drozduk, a Kiev-based theater actress making her international screen debut, delivers a gut-wrenching performance as Ira, a mother searching for her missing son across enemy lines. A limited series with unlimited impact. The series will run for 6-hour-long episodes, each titled after a key date or operation during the war. The first episode, February 24th, takes viewers through the initial wave of Russian missiles and the chaos that followed. Other episodes include The Blackout, focusing on cyber attacks and the collapse of infrastructure, Mariupol, and Ghosts of Bucha, the latter dealing directly with the horrifying discoveries of mass graves and the world's response to alleged war crimes. Behind the scenes, the show's creators are committed to factual integrity. Journalists, refugees, and aid workers were consulted during pre-production. Additionally, Ukrainian war survivors serve as advisors on set, ensuring each scene respects lived experiences rather than exploiting them. Showrunner David Simon, The Wire, Generation Kill was drawn to the project after producing several journalistic investigations into war zones. He calls the series the most morally urgent drama I've ever been a part of. Greater than, this isn't just a war happening halfway across the world, it's a war that affects all of us. It's a referendum on truth, democracy, and decency. Star Trek's legacy of relevance continues. While some fans may be surprised to see Anson Mount step away from the relative optimism of Strange New Worlds, others see this casting as a natural extension of Star Trek's legacy. After all, the franchise has always tackled big ideas, ethics, identity, politics, peace, and war through the lens of speculative fiction. Mount's new role brings those themes down to earth, literally. Just as Captain Pike stood as a beacon of integrity in a dangerous galaxy, James Carter must navigate a world where integrity is costly, truth is dangerous, and hope is fragile. When and where to watch? The Ukrainian war thriller is being co-produced by Sky Atlantic, HBO Europe, and Film UA, and is slated to premiere in early 2026. Talks are also underway for international streaming rights, with Netflix and Amazon Prime Video reportedly in contention. Though billed as a limited series, sources close to the production say there's potential for a follow-up if audiences respond positively, possibly focusing on post-war reconstruction and the global political realignment in the aftermath of the conflict. Risky? Yes. Necessary? Absolutely. There's no denying that making a scripted series about an ongoing war is a creative and political risk. The production is being closely watched by both Ukrainian cultural bodies and international observers to ensure the depiction is respectful and truthful. But the creators, cast, and especially Anson Mount are undeterred. For them, this isn't about cashing in on headlines. It's about capturing a moment in history before it fades into abstraction. Greater than, we owe it to the people still living through this nightmare, Mount said, to tell their stories with courage and care. If I can use my voice and platform to help do that, then that's the role of a lifetime. A different kind of hero. Fans of Star Trek, Strange New Worlds may be used to seeing Anson Mount commanding the bridge of the USS Enterprise, boldly going where no one has gone before. In this new series, he'll be boldly standing where too many are still suffering, at the intersection of conflict, conscience, and truth. As one Ukrainian soldier reportedly told the show's crew during a research visit, greater than,